All right, so let's look at TSM. TSM is Taiwan Semiconductor. This is a very important, powerful company. They've done well for the 1 year, up 100%. For the 5 year, up 257%. Awesome. I love TSM. I invested in TSM a while ago and made good money. I think I tripled my money and then got out. So I got out before it settled down here. I was glad I did, but I like TSM, but I haven't been an investor since I sold in early 2022 or so. And these guys are getting it done. TSM is a really important company. NVIDIA depends on TSM to manufacture and make the GPUs that they sell that the market really wants. Broadcom is the second most valuable semiconductor company. They depend on TSM. Probably a lot of the semiconductor companies that are really, really valuable depend on TSM. They are the foundry, the manufacturing aspect of semiconductors. And credit to them, they really said, hey, we want to be the semiconductor leader in the world. And they set up their operations. They have recently started, they've either completed, near completion, of a big foundry they built in Arizona. So hopefully that goes well for them. Market cap's 855 billion, revenues 83 billion. PE is 26 for the current year. Forward PE is 19.37. The revenue came down a little bit in 2023 quarterly. They've been really growing nicely in the last couple quarters. Looks real good. This industry tends to be cyclical. There's a boom and bust kind of cycle to it. Looks like the bust is behind them. And this is looking good. All right. So revenue is growing at 22%. And we just saw that the quarterly is growing at 40. So it's probably going to get better than that if we look at the full year. And the gross margin is 54%. Not quite as good as like an NVIDIA, because NVIDIA owns the intellectual property that goes into their GPUs. So NVIDIA's gross margins are better. These guys are at 54. That's still very good. Free cash flow. And let me see if what kind of currency we're dealing with. This is the Taiwanese currency. So TWD. And I'm going to try something. So the stock analysis website converts the numbers to USD. And the free cash flow for the trailing 12 months is 25.5 billion. Looks really good. The growth is really, really good. And balance sheet is 68 billion of cash, 32 billion of debt. So they have $36 billion just in their vault, in their accounts. So very strong balance sheet. Overall, this business is worth 750,000 or so, 750 billion, excuse me. And they're priced at 855 billion. I believe I have TSM as a company where I've done a full valuation on, and I believe they're, no, I don't, because I guess I stopped following them. So I think they're overpriced by a little bit. Analysts think they're discounted by 10%. And they've been going up nicely, up 100%. Go TSM. So in the semiconductor space, the company that I own is Qualcomm. And then the one that I'm going to probably start buying shares in is Lam Research. Because what I'm seeing from TSM is that volumes are going up. Well, Lam Research is also a provider of semiconductor companies. They provide infrastructure as well as the materials they need to build semiconductors. So I'm seeing that market is quite fertile. We look at the quarterly and TSM's doing these kinds of numbers. That means the industry is pretty active. So I think Lam Research is going to be a stock that I buy. So that's TSM. TSM looks awesome, but it is priced very high. It's not a part of, you don't make money from buying, companies that are really cool. You make money by buying companies at the right time. They could be cool, but they also have great fundamentals and they go up in value. TSM is getting it done. Very good investment if you bought them and held them for the past year.